On April 16th, your episode of Uncensored is airing on TV1. What made you wanna go and kinda, like, do this tell-all style interview and giving people that insight?
Well, I work for the company, Radio Urban One, TV One. They asked me to do it. I'm like, sure, no problem. I wrote a book about it. I don't have anything to hide. If you want to interview me and talk about, um, my career and things that I've been through and all of that kind of stuff, give you the opportunity to just share or
Yeah,
whatever. Try to figure out how you can help somebody who's suffering also with depression and grief or whatever, then so be it. So I just did it and grateful for the opportunity, grateful that they even thought enough of me to ask me to do it.
yeah,
Uh, you don't never see yourself the way other people see you because you wake up and wash your face and brush your teeth every morning. You've been seeing the same person your whole life. And you just looking at your radio job and your comedy show or whatever like it's a regular job and you out here doing stuff, you doing stuff in the community and helping people. Hey, I go to church. That's what I'm supposed to do is serve the community and to help people, blah, blah, blah. And you just think nothing of it, not have no idea that you're on a public platform and you're really doing some big and great things. But when you do big and great things all the time, some of that stuff just become normal to you.
yeah. Now, I
Yeah.
have to throw this at you, because of what's happening in the headlines, and you just mentioned about, helping people get over grief. Are you familiar with the Ashlee Jenae story, the young lady?
The lady they had the white boyfriend.
Yeah, she have you talked about that on your show yet?
No, we haven't talked about it on the morning show. We only get like 2 headline segments with 3 news stories, whatever,
Gotcha.
but we didn't address that, but I'm definitely sorry that that happened to that young lady, and my condolences go out to her family.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, what could you is there anything that the family might would wanna hear at this moment? And I'm only doing that because you've been transparent about your process with
Yeah.
Brandon's passing in that fashion. I just felt, this might be an opportunity to even touch on that.
Yeah, man, I just wanted first of all, I wanna offer my condolences to the family and tell the family just, trust God and keep God first and just take it one day at a time. And, it's sad that I can look at a situation like that and get some kinda, um get something from it because, as well, I lost my son.
Yeah.
She died tragically.
Yeah.
Any death of young people is tragic, but for her to go on the vacation and not return is just it just makes the death itself worse. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Somebody have to identify a body and make sure that the body return back to home or whatever, and then you got an investigation going on, you got allegation going on, then the internet is blowing up, and you got all these different stories. I just can't imagine.
Mhm.
I would advise if I was in that family, I would advise everybody to stay off the internet, not respond to anything. Just make sure you have stay in contact with the invest people that's investigating the crime, get an attorney, or whatever or a private investigator or whatever to help with the investigation. Just see what resources you can get to do what you need to do to get the answers that you need. But I really hate that happened to that beautiful young lady. And God bless everybody that's going through the grief process that have lost a loved one or lost a child. I hate to say it, man, these young people, man, they are leaving here.
Mhm.
When I was growing up, it was the old people in the funeral home. Now you lucky to see somebody in the funeral home. If you go to a visitation or whatever, most of the people are in there are my age, your age, and younger.
Yeah.
I went to a funeral home and I know it was 3 teenagers in there. It was 19, 18, 17 shot, killed. I'm there to visit a loved one that was in their 60s, but I'm looking around like all these young people coming in here doing this visitation. And all these young people are leaving here, man. It's not like it was, they have Facebook, they have TikTok, they have social media. So now you can beat with somebody across town looking at a doggone phone. If you're in a gang, and people in the same city following you on the internet, and it just all the back and forth, and then people start pulling up and it gets violent. And it's just a bad time, man. It's a bad, bad time that we're living in.